What's up, people? WRESTHINGS Mandem here, letting you guys know we now have YouTube channel membership live on the channel. Any video you click on the main profile, you will see a join button. So make sure you join, sign up. There are 2 different tiers, and there's all kinds of different perks all over these tiers. Yeah. Again, WRESTHINGS now has channel membership. Sign up and support the Mandem.
Yo, what's happening, people? You're listening to the WRESTHINGS podcast, the Kenny Omega approved podcast. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, you already know this podcast is by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow!
Yo guys, 164 the WRESTHINGS podcast. Guys, we are in the comfort of our own homes. It's nice, it's cozy. Obviously, we can't make the trip to Pirate today or this normal studio today, but we're going to give you it live and direct how we normally give it to you, man. Bro, Road to WrestleMania, we're literally 7 days away. 7 good days away. I'm gassed. My knees are still weak. The Mandem's knees are still weak as well. But plenty of shit to talk about today. It's a full special now, formerly known as the VHS Pappy. To my right, which is Laps of...
It's Laps, the main event liver and Champagne Sipper, back again on the WRESTHINGS podcast.
Hey, you might not pass on the ball or what, bro? You might not greedy, fam. Trying to do a Mbappe moves, bro. It's possible to something.
And on top of me, we got...
Hey, pause, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's your boy. It's your boy Sam Black, Mr. Controversial, underdone. Mr. Scuttle in the building. You know. Immediately, you know what I mean? I'm here with the ironing board behind me. You know what I mean? No board. We're all good, man. You know what I mean? Still in the struggle. We need to get us out membership. But anyway,
we're not struggling. Jesus, no more. Don't worry, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We're good.
But to the left of me, thanks.
Yo, people, it's your boy NK, aka the man the owl, too sweet to be sour, aka the Hood Japanese correspondent, aka the CEO, the president, the commissioner of the TDM Tokyo Dome Merchants. We're here, man. We're here.
I can't lie. Sorry, Max. This guy's mic is sounding like
new man.
It's on his
The new man.
Oh my days. He's even got a webcam. Jeez, AK OnlyFans coming soon. Play it.
You go through. What's up, people? My name's Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleMania, if you will. And you're tuned into another episode of the WRESTHINGS podcast.
Yo, so I think we're officially, is it 6 days? 7 days. 7 days. No, not 7 days. 10 days. 10 days.
What, WrestleMania's on the Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah. It was 10 days, right? We're officially 10 days away from WrestleMania. This is officially the end of the road to WrestleMania. So much to talk about in Eva Promotions because today we've got a big. This one is even Banger Bandizio before it even became a Banger Bandizio. This one's even conceived before. You see, it's we got Kenny Omega and Vikingo today. Like, I think everyone has to watch that match. I think probably after this match, we'll probably even get the what do you call it? The All Elite graphic. We're gonna get the All Elite graphic straight after this. But Mandem, where do we start, man? What tickles your fancy? New Japan as well.
Yeah, let's do WrestleMania. It's the thing that's obviously the most up and coming, you know, and we talk about the build to it, innit?
Yeah. So this week on Raw, finally got announced that we're gonna have this tag match with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship belts. Been a long time coming, man. The moment with them running together in the ring was quite a moment. I want to see that in the vignette. What are we saying about that? Oh shit, Versy's here.
Big up Versy.
Oh shit, he's going again. Okay. What are we saying about that, guys? How you got feeling about that?
Obviously,
Let me go first. That match, we've been waiting for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to finally tag together for ages, you know. I've lost my point now. Sorry, NK, jump in.
that obviously, I felt like the reunion between Sami Zayn and Kevin
I've lost
Owens
my
was
train
one
of thought.
is one of those feuds that that they're always going to be either friends or enemies. And I think it's time for the Usos to lose the tag belts. I feel like they've had a good run with the belts, and I feel like giving it to people like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is a good shout. Obviously, it wasn't initially my prediction. I kind of wanted, I wanted Sami Zayn in the title picture. I won't backtrack off that. But obviously, given the build that they gave us, I knew coming up to Elimination Chamber, but it probably wasn't the right time to do that if they were ever going to do that. So the tag team belts feel like a natural progression of the story. And also it also makes is it going to be on the same night as Roman and Cody, or is it going to be on a different night?
I don't think they've quite announced what night that will be on, but the current clamor from fans is that it should main event night 1, whilst obviously the Roman and Cody main event night 2.
Do you know what? I'm not mad at it not main eventing, not because it's not an important match, but because if storyline wise, if it depends how Roman and Cody goes, and obviously we'll get to that match. But if Roman and Cody is a match with minimal interference, it makes sense that maybe Kevin and Sami Zayn kind of take out the Usos in that match, so it prevents them from interfering later on down the card. But overall, I feel like it'll be a good match at WrestleMania. And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are excellent wrestlers, so are the Usos. So I feel like, and it'll be good to see them tag team again, because I can't remember it's been a long time since they've teamed together on Raw. Have they even teamed on Raw together?
I think
on
maybe
Raw, I don't think
sporadic matches here and there, but they haven't had a run as a tag team. Both of them have. I don't think either of them have won the tag team championships during their time in WWE. So it's uncharted water for them.
This Sami Zayn's? Would this be Sami Zayn's first major title, or am I bugging?
No, he's won Intercontinental.
Intercontinental.
I think.
Okay.
And he was NXT champ as well.
Yeah, main roster.
Yeah. So it's shaping up to
be his first title in a long time.
Yeah, basically, yeah. No, but he had the title last year. No,
I think it was like 2 years ago. He lost it to Big E, right?
2021.
Yeah.
Remember, he barely defended that title.
Yeah. So in that side of the WrestleMania card, it seems to be the match that we're all looking forward to. I can already see the vignette in my head already. I can see from foes to friends, or even obviously they've had a long history from NXT Gold to now. Even a part of me don't even still trust Kevin Owens, but here we are, innit? Here we are, it's fine. Omos and Brock Lesnar, I got a feeling that match might steal the show. That match might steal the whole WrestleMania show.
Match of the night.
Honestly, no, I'm being serious, bro. I'm actually being serious.
Why do you?
I might be for Omos, really.
Yeah, I feel it's gonna.
I'm trying to shit when I say steal the show, by the way.
I know. I was thinking Logan Paul and Seth don't exist. What the hell?
It's gonna be one of those matches where Brock's just gonna squash Omos, or Omos is just gonna squash Brock, and it's gonna be a dominating performance.
Okay, squash match.
That's what I feel what's gonna happen. It'll be good. It's good. I think it'll be all right. But I feel Brock is just. I feel Brock has to win, or does Omos have to win? I don't know. Omos should get that push in it, but where's it gonna go from there?
Bro, that's the problem with wrestling fans, but it's not every day where's it gonna go from here. Sometimes let it happen. If it happens, it happens.
No, I get it. But okay, I'm big Omos, 3-5 whole thumb. I've beaten Brock Lesnar, no problem. Yeah, I've beaten Brock Lesnar, lovely. Now what? You need to be doing something big after that. You just beaten Brock Lesnar.
So you wanted to be
you know what? I think it's one of them things where we need to stop trying to foresee the future and just live in the present. Let's just see what happens. We don't know what's gonna happen.
In most situations, I definitely hear that. But when a man is potentially about to beat Brock Lesnar, I'm sorry,
he's not no Mickey Mouse guy, fam.
Okay, cool.
We can't just beat Brock Lesnar and then he's not on TV for 2 weeks, and then he faces Dolph Ziggler, and then he's not on TV for 2 weeks, and then he faces Mustafa Ali. No.
For all the people that Brock has sacrificed in his career, a pin over Brock should mean something, innit? You see, when it comes to Omos, yeah, Mark, from now on, I'm not going to say anything bad about him on the podcast. Not because I like him as a wrestler, I like him as a human being. I've seen outside interviews of Omos, and
he's
I
nice.
like
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
as a human being, I want him to make his money. As you know, as a black man thriving in an oppressive society, I wanted to make his money. So I'm not going to say anything about Omos as a wrestler at all. I'm just going to say that I want him to prosper. That's it.
Yeah, I can't lie. I'm more happy for Omos in this. I'm happy for the what's the moment for him, innit? But like, obviously the match between Brock Lesnar, so that's one, and obviously the match at WrestleMania as well. Second time at WrestleMania, right? Or third time even?
Almost.
Yeah.
Well, almost.
He had a match
in terms of what
Lashley last year, I think.
Didn't he have the match with AJ Styles as well for the titles, and he won.
Yeah, the title.
So that's his third time at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's big for him, man.
I'll throw a spanner into the works, and I said this in the Discord.
I know you're gonna say. Go on for it.
Like, Lashley has nothing to do right now because they don't know if Bray is going to be back or whatever the case is. Right? There's one Monday Night Raw. There's one Monday Night Raw and 2 SmackDowns left before WrestleMania. Lashley was not on the show this past week. Lashley was not mentioned at all, not even a vignette or anything to just keep his name alive. Like, maybe it's a fantasy booking. I've said this before. Maybe he just, stays off the show completely for the next few weeks until we get to WrestleMania, next few episodes till we get to WrestleMania, and he coalesces Omos backstage and takes the place of Omos to have the Lesnar match, or he joins it and makes it a triple threat or something. I just don't believe they're leaving Lashley off this card. They're doing showcase matches and including, people that quote unquote don't necessarily deserve. Like, Lashley has been front and center for the past year, going into 2 years, whatever now. Like, they can't leave him off this card. It ain't gonna be Bray Wyatt. The chances are they'll put him back into a program where he just previously was with Brock.
I could see that happening. I could definitely see that happening. Like you said, gone.
A triple threat sounds believable.
But would I want to see a triple threat with Bray, with Bray, with Brock, Omos, and Bobby Lashley?
I'd rather that than him versus Bray, to be honest. Bobby versus Bray is not a lineup I'm trying to see.
To be honest, I'm with
Yeah,
that.
no.
I'm not that I'm trying to see a triple threat of Bobby involved with Lashley, with Bobby involved with Lesnar or Omos. It's not like I'm trying to see that either. I'm just saying I don't believe he's going to be left off this card.
Yeah.
And this
So
is
what's the
to insert him?
So what's the scoreboard between Bobby and Lesnar? Like, has Bobby beaten Lesnar twice, right?
I think it's 2-2 now.
Bobby's
it's 2-1. It's 2-1.
Bobby's counting a Royal Rumble elimination within his scoreboard. But I think is it 2-1 to Lashley right now?
It's 2-1 to Lashley.
Yeah.
One was Royal Rumble and what was it? Lesnar beat him when?
At Saudi show.
Yeah. Saudi show, yeah.
Yeah, that pin.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Bobby and Lesnar, I'm not particularly fussed to see it again. I feel like Bobby should move on, and I feel like my thing, even with a Lesnar win as a whole, you beating Lesnar should propel you to bigger and better things. And that's the thing with, and obviously Bobby's a former WWE champion, and obviously the title situation I understand is techie because Roman's got both belts. So like, what bigger and better situation is there at the moment? So I kind of get it's a creative nightmare. But even if Omos was to beat Lesnar, it's like kind of okay. What should I have to look forward to next? And maybe I don't know. Because I don't want him to go back to squashing jobbers. Do you know what I'm saying? On a weekly basis. You just defeated Brock Lesnar, one of the most decorated superstars of all time. You don't have to necessarily go to the title, but maybe have a dominant mid-card title reign, or do you know what I'm saying? Just something tangible that really caps off your win. So that's kind of, and even if Lashley was to go back to facing Lesnar again in the feud, like what do we do? Because I feel like in this era, like right now in WWE, it's kind of like it's refreshing that we can kind of see, especially with the bloodline storyline in particular, we have a roadmap of where things are going. And you know, with other feuds, I'd like to see that reflected on the card as well. So almost at Lesnar, I feel like it'll be, you know, a WWE car crash match in where like barricades will get broken, you know, people will get F5 through tables, you know. It's gonna. I don't expect the match to go over 10 minutes, but it's gonna be, you know, just chaos and destruction, which, you know, serves two people of that size.
I think the thing is though, with the Bobby and Brock feud, Bobby never got a decisive win over Brock. Like even the win he got over at Royal Rumble, it was because of Roman and him winning by DQ. At the end of the day, what happened? You saw him getting beaten up by Brock, getting thrown through tables and F5. So he only got to get a win by decision, but really he didn't actually beat him. So it still feels like it's unfinished business between them two.
What
I was gonna say is maybe Bobby's inclusion at WrestleMania full stop just could be they still have this singles match Omos and Lesnar, and maybe Bobby helps Omos win, like to screw Lesnar, like how Lesnar basically screwed him for the US title, maybe more than once. Maybe this is some type of reformation of the Hurt Business, which they have been teasing for a long time. Yeah, because maybe they don't want to necessarily let Omos beat Lesnar clean, so that they don't feel the pressure of having to then do something with Omos. So they get they get Lashley to come in and help him some way, somehow. But yeah, Lashley can't be left off WrestleMania, man.
No.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective, Max. But I feel like with Bobby Lashley, he needs to be in a match where he's actually competing.
I agree.
You know? I can't picture him just coming in interfering. He has to actually fight.
So
otherwise,
is Bray confirmed not to be on the show?
Bray's injured. He's definitely injured.
They're saying he's injured.
What's wrong?
Some places have said that he may make it back, or I don't know what's.
Is it the knee? Is it the knee? Because he's got this like thing on his knee. I don't know if it's his attire. Yeah, brace. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's a knee thing.
Do you know what?
No idea.
I feel something's gonna happen, man. WrestleMania's just WrestleMania, innit? Something's gonna happen with. I don't know why. Okay, is Bray actually injured?
Bray's injured. He's not
he's been taken off. Like we've only seen him, I think, perform the lights out match or whatever. But obviously they do their road shows,
house shows.
Like he's been performing. He's been having fights of LA Night street fights and everything.
Like he's six times.
Yeah. Like he's been having these matches in it on the house shows. So now he can't. And obviously they've started setting up the Lashley thing, and they don't know. They're being cagey right now on if he's going to be ready for Mania or not, or if they've just pulled the plug on what they had planned for him and Lashley or whatever.
Now, can you see the issue with this? Like, if Bray Wyatt's been putting in work in all these house shows, my issue is why couldn't they just put this on TV? Because now we think Bray's tricked us because we've only seen one televised match.
But we've seen it on TV.
They've been showing all those house shows.
It's the same match on
yes. It's the same Mountain Dew match.
It's basically that.
Done it on TV. He's been fighting LA Knight at all of these house shows in like street fights or like disqualification matches or some variation of something like that.
It's like what they used to do back in the day with with Hulk Hogan and I think Knowledge said it a few times where they used to get Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair just to have matches in different areas in America just to test if it will work or not. And some majority of the time it didn't work, so it's a test, isn't it? And it's basically the same thing you're seeing, bro. The same sort of thing you're seeing. The same thing. So,
fair enough. See, I didn't know that because I didn't see it on the weekly scheduled show. You know.
No, but you saw it with Rumble, isn't it? So it's basically the same thing, isn't it? I'm guessing.
But that's what I'm saying. That's only one match. So in my mind, I've only had that. Bray Wyatt's only had one match. Little did I know he's had multiple matches. It's just that they weren't really televised, you know. And I feel like that's not benefited him at all because now it's just like he's just come. He's been here for ages and he's only had one match.
I hear what Laps is saying. Like,
really,
for somebody who's
like,
if for somebody who's just watching Monday Night Raw, or watching WWE, it's like you're seeing vignette, howdy, and all of this stuff, and then obviously it's like you see the Royal Rumble match, and then you're like, what, Bray's injured? How? But obviously, Like, you know, it can't be helped in it. But I think it's low key a blessing in disguise, because if he was fit, we would have had lights out fun house match number 6 against Bobby Lashley, and it's like, bro, ain't nobody trying to see that.
This week on Raw, we had a promo with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Reigns said a few things. Obviously, I didn't get to the end, but actually, before we get to that, Austin Theory and flipping what's this guy called again? Montez Ford. That was a great match.
It was a good match. They're doing some work with Montez and looking like they're trying to kind of introduce him more and more as a singles guy sort of thing. Yeah, it's a good match, but ultimately it's a typical Austin Theory match where he doesn't dominate. He somehow still retains.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle for him.
Yeah, he gets away with his title by the skin of his teeth somehow. And it's heel. He's a heel booking in it, so I get it. But yeah, Montez Ford is having a few kind of showcase matches, if you like.
But yeah, what was I saying? Good. What's that?
That Edge promo, or am I going too far?
No, speak. I haven't got to. I didn't finish it. So
Promo with Finn Balor. Oh my gosh, you don't need to watch it.
What's he showing? What's he showing?
Like a pre-recorded promo that Edge done, basically saying that he's got the dark side within him, the usual Edge stuff that we've kind of seen, but it was kind of cool. He basically said, like, to I think Finn said in the previous promo, like, I've got inner demons, and he basically said, bring your demons. He leave Finn at home, bring your demons. So we're probably getting Demon Balor at Mania, is what I personally wanted. So
I can't lie. Seeing that live is gonna be mad though. I can't lie.
Yeah, I'm here for the spectacle. I'm a spectacle merchant. Bro.
Yeah. Seeing that live.
Dead man. You know what I'm saying? Himself.
You see the listen. I was a big demon Finn Balor.
Eish! Let's
Finn Balor guy. No. Like,
I was just a big demon fan.
No.
God forbid,
nah, I don't know, man. The mystique of the. You see, after that Roman Reigns match, I'm tired. Like, retire it. I'm done. Nah, I don't want to see it again. Now, after that, that heartbeat, nah, I'm all right, man. I don't want to see it again, man. And he lost as well. Like, and he's probably going to lose to Edge. So I'm like,
I think he beats
Edge. I think he beats Edge. Edge retires.
While we're on this, I'm just going to make a bold prediction. By December, what year are we in? By December 2024, Finn is gonna have won one of these world titles.
Oh yes,
I think it's happening.
Yes,
I generally feel. I mean, obviously, this is dependent on the title being split. He ain't beating Cody and holding both belts. That ain't happening. But I think once the titles are split, I think Finn is like, this is Triple H that basically made him champion on main roster day one he arrived, didn't it? Like,
yeah.
I think Finn's gonna be champion by Christmas next year.
I ain't mad at it. I don't know if that's gonna. It's a bold prediction. I don't know. But I ain't mad at it if it happens. But would I bet money on it? I don't know, innit? I don't know. I don't know about that Finn brother fam.
I think so. I think he's gonna kind of try to re-push him, give him another chance at the top, especially if this Judgment Day thing, keeps working, keeps cooking. I think it could be. I think he beats Edge at WrestleMania, and I think Money in the Bank could be a nice, easy way to kind of get him to the Finn in the UK winning Money in the Bank.
Yes, yeah.
Like, come on, like, it could be a nice way to kind of just give him a nice long heel run with the briefcase and Judgment Day behind him. I do think it's cool, but it's very much dependent on these belts splitting.
So as Judgment Day are quite the prominent faction right now in WWE, so. If Rhea Ripley beats Charlotte Flair, I don't know if I can see that happening, but Finn Balor wins the Money in the Bank, and something happens for Priest. I don't know.
Champions down the line.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, like it's a shout, isn't it? So I'm all here for it.
I have a question to ask you guys. What's you lot's thoughts on Judgment Day?
I think they're great. I think they're entertaining. I think they're great.
It's a good stable. It's a good stable.
I think the one thing that they do is they, like, at the same time, a lot of people don't take them seriously, probably because of Dom, and Dom is this whole I went to prison
Dom
stuff, like, but at the same time, they've been booked pretty well. like you know, and they've made
Dominic slumped Johnny Gargano this week.
Yeah.
No help, just him by himself.
I rate Dom so
There you
highly.
go.
He's giving me so much jokes.
Yeah,
Dominic condom.
Yeah.
Ex-condom.
I like the way he hits the front splash now. It's looking a lot crisper. When I saw it on Raw, I was like, yeah, this is nice, man.
Yeah.
He needed this. He needed this whole kind of character shift, and it's not made him like a bad guy like the rest of them are kind of stepping up. Like Rhea Ripley's no nonsense in it, but he's still a bad guy, but he's cowardly heel, like sort of thing, and it's an element of comedy to it. Like the guy is doing very well, man.
Yeah, it is. I look at them like chess pieces. Finn Balor's obviously the king. Damian Priest is the knight. Rhea Ripley's the queen, but then Dominic, he's not even he's a pawn.
Just a pawn.
He's the pawn.
Straight.
He's basically the Joker. That's my only issue with Judgment Day. Just Dominic's attitude. I feel like they can be a very serious faction.
He might change. His persona might change once he beats his dad at WrestleMania. If that's the plan, if he goes over, then we might see a more serious Dom. Or they might obviously start booking him in a more serious way.
I've got an idea, yeah. I've got not even an idea, but I've got a feeling this might happen. Obviously, I don't want to break down the car because when we go to LA, we're going to do the actual predictions. But I've got a feeling, yeah, that when they do the Hall of Fame thing, obviously they haven't announced that Dominic is going to have a match with Rey Mysterio. I've got a feeling when they do the Hall of Fame thing, you only bring out people one by one. So when Mysterio comes out last, yeah, let's put him as last. When he comes out last. Dominic's gonna come and ruin it,
100%.
And Rey Mysterio is gonna have no chance, no other option but to say, "Let's do this now. Let me teach you a lesson."
100%.
Has his final match, Rey Mysterio wins, Dominic shakes his hand, whatever. Then Dominic is now this new character that unfuckable. You know what I mean? Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he's a serious character in it.
You can't mess with him.
You can't mess with him. Yeah, from that moment there, everyone takes him serious. But I think that's the best way to do it. If there's
I think they're 100% booking their WrestleMania match off the back of Hall of Fame angle.
Hall of Fame. Yeah,
and I think it's great because I don't think we've seen something like that before. Like if Rey Mysterio just goes mad and starts like beating up his son, gets pulled off, gets a mic and be like, "Yeah, we're doing this tomorrow." Like, and like they'd make it like the opening match of WrestleMania night one. Like, I think that would be crazy. Like,
that'd be great.
And the story's been good. Like, there's long periods of this story that haven't even been on TV. They just built it up on like social media and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
the social media things have been very good, man. Even bro, you had fans that didn't watch wrestling have now come back and be like, "Swear down, this is Dominic that was in the match, the ladder match for." You see it? Yeah. So it's nice, man. They've really hit the target with that. And that's what I'm saying. Judgment Day have really been working this year, man. They're dominant faction in WWE right now.
Yeah, they are. They are. You got to give them their props because you know when Edge was with them, when Edge was with them, they were unstoppable. But now he's gone. They're even doing their own dirt themselves now. It's nice to see someone with a bit of that old mystique. Is there. Yeah, man, fucking brilliant. Shout out Rhea Ripley as well, man. She's coming for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we won't get into too much picture, but I have a bad feeling for Rhea at WrestleMania.
I don't.
Me too. Me too. NK. Me too.
Feeling, bro.
Me too. NK.
Don't say that.
Me too.
Where's this feeling come from?
Bro.
I just feel like the match hasn't. I don't feel like it's been built properly.
It's the history of Charlotte Flair.
And Charlie's gonna win again.
Is the history of Charlotte Flair.
That's the history. That's a Shelly reference.
Shelly fam is the history of Charlotte Flair.
Rhea got to smoke her, man. Rhea's got to smoke her. Rhea's got like there's nothing like I don't know where they're gonna go with Charlotte Flair when Charlotte Flair loses, but this is the time. If they don't do this, like a lot of people will be very, very pissed.
Wait, guys, I've just seen something on Wikipedia. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I just got to mention this. Yeah. So on Wikipedia, it looks like the main event for night 1 is Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul.
No.
And night 2 is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes.
They got it wrong. I swear Charlotte and Rhea.
Well, Charlotte and Rhea won the Rumble, which they always says is the main event. And then the other thing that people have been clamoring for is the tag match because it's been the best booked thing since. So
what's happening with Wikipedia? Maybe I don't know. If that's the case, then
Fam, people are entering it themselves, man. Don't believe it.
yeah, people can edit it. You're right.
Yeah, but I don't know. You know, I do feel like the winner of the Royal Rumble should main event WrestleMania regardless. But I don't know if you man are saying the build hasn't been like on par with other stuff, then it's difficult. But I just don't see WWE having the balls to put a tag team, and plus it's Charlotte Flair in it, and it's like if you look at star power, like WWE, like they value Charlotte Flair more so than the Usos as a tag team act or the tag team division itself in it. So I could definitely see them putting it's the daughter of Ric Flair main event in WrestleMania on her road to 16 champion, bro. It's there, bro. It's Charlotte.
The minute Rhea cut the promo saying she's picking Charlotte, I turned on my camera and I said, "This is the first thing that came to my head. They just want Charlotte to main event. They just want Charlotte to main event because why? You know, they've had glimpses backstage this year of Rhea and Bianca. Rhea looking at Bianca's title. What's her face? Asuka wasn't even on TV, so she could easily come back, re-emerge on SmackDown, and challenge. Win the Elimination Chamber and challenge Charlotte Flair. Like, why people are crossing brands to go and challenge the other person? Like, it was obvious that they just wanted to put Charlotte in the main event. Like,
and if it's somebody who needs to get their lick back, you could argue it's Asuka more so than Rhea. Like, Rhea's doing her own thing, but like Asuka needs her lick back against Charlotte.
Charlotte ended the undefeated run of Asuka, like 600 or so days or whatever it was. And now she's gonna revamp this character. She should have went and got vengeance on Charlotte Flair. Just both women's bookings for this title, for the WrestleMania has been poor.
Yeah, even the whole the Asuka and Bianca Belair thing,
garbage.
We sold on that. It's like the card does look good, but like I said, I don't want to go into predictions too tough. But either way, because I'm going there, because we're going to be there, I'm more gassed for that, more for the experience and stuff. And hopefully, do you know what it is? There's been TikToks going around. I don't know if you guys on TikTok and stuff, like too tough, but there's been TikToks going around where people are basically doing like futuristic reactions to to Roman Reigns still holding to the title.
Oh yeah,
they'll be like, I'm in my 50s watching WrestleMania 58 or something, and Roman Reigns has just won the title for the 100th time or something like that. It's funny.
I've seen TikToks where people have put obviously like the
1, 2,
3, and then they'll put the music behind
Roman Reigns music playing.
It's making me laugh forever.
What
man.
do you think of the Roman Reigns and Cody segment?
Cody smashed it.
I need to fully watch it, man. I've only seen the snippets on Twitter when he spoke about you made a promotion, you left. So I had to finish it off.
So Roman came out. He said, "Acknowledge me." That's all he said. Cody's music dropped. Pyro went off. Cody came out, and then they were just talking about. I think Roman again mentioned Dusty or whatever, like something like that, and then he said that you're a runner, you're a track star. He just basically said that you run, you don't like Stardust, you ran, you went to AEW, you couldn't get over in your promotion, you ran, you came back to the E, like you couldn't handle the pressure, your pec popped.
Sam smiling.
he said all of this, and then Cody just got him. He said no more talking about my dad. And that basically, the whole empire is gonna crumble. So once you leave, the Usos are gonna leave you. Solo's gonna leave you. Your special counsel's gonna revert back into being an advocate. He had some killer lines in there, like you're gonna be a tribal chief, and you're gonna be like you're gonna have no tribe to lead or something like that. Yeah. He had some killer lines in there. He absolutely got Roman.
The way they're moving on Twitter is like moving like Cody Rhodes didn't even get a chance to speak, bro.
Yeah. Of
course,
but people cut it to sell Roman, innit?
Yeah,
people cut it to sell Roman, but I thought people didn't like shoot promos. I'm just saying, but continue.
I mean, that's true.
That's true.
I thought people didn't like shoot promos. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I love that shit. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's a drug. It's a drug, bro.
No, I love it, but like niggas ain't consistent.
Yeah,
no, that's facts. But yeah, Roman sold it well. Like all the stuff Cody was saying, he sold like it was all cutting him deep. And then when it's like, oh, Usos are gonna leave you, this person's gonna leave you, this person leave you. He sold it like on his face well. And then obviously, Cody got at Solo saying that right now you think you're ready. I was once a guy running with a world champion, and I thought I was ready. You're not ready. Listen to me. He went to give him the Samoan spike, kicked his hand out the way. And then when he went to go get a second piece of him, Roman held back Solo, ultimately saying that, you're not ready, sort of thing. Don't fight him in it, like come out the ring and that. And then I think some people have got some backstage footage of when they were going back into.
And it was blasting him. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Blasted Solo.
Yeah, that's mad. So
it's nice that kind of Cody's even kind of foretold where this story is going. Like once I win, all of these men are gonna leave you.
Crumble, yeah.
It's good piece of storytelling between these guys, man. They're doing all right.
This story needs to last until Jacob Fatu's contract ends. I mean, with MLW.
Yeah.
I need Jacob. I need the real. I need the what? No, that's my.
How long has he got left? Is it? Someone said 20 years, but I don't believe that. That's a lie.
He's there for time, though. I can't lie.
That's death row. In MLW,
probably there for a minute. Samoan SWAT team won the tag team championships on MLW last week, or was it last week or 2 weeks ago? And yeah, he was there ringside and everything, hailing him up. So
WWE should do what they do best: tamper with contracts, fam.
On this occasion,
tamper with contracts, fam.
Yeah. No, but they've already got passive MLW in it, so.
That lawsuit, fam. Tamper the contract.
I saw someone was suggesting online that as part of the breakup, like once the Usos lose their titles, and if Roman is to lose his title, obviously Roman's going to do a thing where he's blaming all of these man, like I wasn't in the right headspace because you lost your titles first and all this kind of stuff. He starts pushing up on them and all this kind of stuff. Someone said that Rikishi should come out to kind of squash it, and Roman lays out Rikishi.
Yeah, Roman's definitely an Rikishi.
Like and what's my he should take a bump, and that should be like the real thing that just kind of collapses the bloodline.
What's my that Rikishi does that bump and he flips. The Rikishi flip. I just did it. Roman
he takes a clothesline.
Yeah, bro, that clothesline flips like this. Roman and Rikishi are cousins, you know that, right?
Yeah.
And the Usos was the
uncle, yeah.
Do you? So obviously the whole Tribal Chief storyline is. Are we done with like The Rock now? Like, do we not need The Rock in the storyline anymore?
Doesn't need The Rock.
The Rock's got beef with flipping DC right now, so he needs to sort out that one first. But we don't need The Rock. I mean, if The Rock comes out after Mania, then he comes out.
I'm saying that going forward, obviously we're not going to get The Rock here. We know that, but like going forward, like, is it like we don't need it anymore, or is there still a part of you that still wants The Rock in the storyline?
I mean, for train's gone past the station. It's too late.
In this current iteration of this story, no, we don't need The Rock. I just think it's a big missed opportunity that a Samoan man of the same family, same legacy, everything, is here calling himself the head of the table, here calling himself the tribal chief, and the real guy that this family, in the modern era of wrestling is built on, doesn't appear and claim his throne. At least try to before Roman beats him. You see what I mean? I just think it's a missed opportunity. Maybe once he drops all his titles and there's no kind of title affiliation with Roman, this is like a marquee match they could probably still do. Telling that story some way somehow.
Well, next year WrestleMania XL
could be. Like, I mean, it's still something I do want to see. Just because I just feel like it's almost really coronating him. If he beats The Rock, then he is the head of the table. You see what I mean? Right now, this is all just self-praise and everything. Like, but yeah, I don't need it. In terms of need, no. Want, yes, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. AEW, let's go to AEW quickly. Not even quickly. Let's spend time on AEW because.
What were you doing, NK? What are you doing?
I said the elite, fam. I said the elite. The elite.
I got Uber back. We finished podcast quite late last week. Got literally caught the last trains or buses, whatever. And since I got on the Uber, it hit 12 a.m. And I was like, right, AEW's on. Tuned in. We saw the Rebar Mitzvah. Great segment. I think that has to be one of the greatest opening segments in AEW history. One of, I'm saying one of, guys. I'm not saying the best. Great segment. MJF comes out with these beautiful ladies. They walk to the ring. He cuts. He says a few words. Then obviously they come in. They have a little party, whatever. Then we hear Jungle Boy's music. Jungle Boy says some stuff. He comes out, goes in the ring. Sami Guevara. We hear Sami Guevara's music comes out. He goes to the ring. Then Darby Allin comes out. He goes to the ring. And we're all realizing that these are the 4 pillars of AEW. These don't go back and forth. But what they're saying is, bro, I can't lie. Sami Guevara made me like him for a few minutes. And that's crazy. I was like, bro, I actually feel sad. This guy worked at Wahlburger. He was doing this. He was doing, bro. Like, he made me like him for a few minutes. I was like, bro, this is sick. Guys, let me know your thoughts, man. Did you guys enjoy that?
That segment was. You see, Darby Allin. Darby Allin was like my MVP of the segment.
Yeah.
Darby Allin, because the thing is, Darby Allin don't talk like
He don't speak.
So when Darby Allin was cutting promos, doing the voices, and what I liked about the segment was that, like, I think he was definitely at man backstage as well, for sure. When he was like, oh man, them
crying.
Mandem are crying, going to Twitter and crying, me, I'm gonna be in this ring, I'm gonna wrestle, do you know what I'm saying? But it's like, and I feel like the thing I've always praised about AEW and as of recent is that one of the things that AEW said from early is that we're going to push new talent. And these 4 pillars, whether you agree with the name or not, they're all talent that the majority of people discovered through AEW. And the fact that, you know, we have a segment for the top prize, and all of these guys are homegrown talent. All of these guys are young, up and coming talent, are like under 30. And we still believe that they can be at least tower contenders is a credit to what AEW have done with their build, because, like, let's be real, like, not all of, like, we might have known maybe one person from the 4 pillars, or if any of them before AEW, and that in 3 years, like, MJF is the champion, and then some of these guys are title contenders. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like the segment was a great celebration of, like, young talent, and also, like, yeah, man, I'm excited for this match, man. It's a fresh matchup for MJF. And it's a perfect feud, man, and a fatal 4-way between these lot will be incredible, man. I'm just excited.
That's the one I'm gearing towards. That's what I'm gearing towards, to, man. That fatal 4-way is gonna be mad. Like, even funny as well. Yeah, bro. Even what's funny as well, yeah, the fact that MJF was literally hiding these 2 black eyes, which we didn't think he had. We thought this guy healed up. It's been a whole week and a half, right?
Yeah.
For him to remove that Burberry fluffy hat was cold as well. I want to see what he get. I want that hat. Removes it, and he's got 2 black eyes, and there's still got blood in his eyes. Like, crazy scenes, man.
Bro, the segment was excellent, just on the basis that, like NK said, we don't get to see these guys talk. It's MJF that's been doing all the talking. If we were to do like some type of chart against everyone in AEW and who's had the most promo time since inception, MJF is surely at the top in terms of the amount of times he's held mic. You see, whether that's backstage or whatever. Like, we don't see these guys talk. Like you said, Sami Guevara, for a hot second, he had everyone cheering him on until he said something like, "I don't care what this crowd thinks," or blah blah blah, and everyone went, turned on him. Jungle Boy as well. We don't see him get to speak for length. You see what I mean? Darby doesn't talk at all, but Darby had all the charisma in the world for that 10 minutes he was in there. Like, it's very, very interesting. Like, and that it's too early. MJF is, no matter what the match is we get from this, MJF will retain. But I think alone there, Darby was the star of the show, like NK said. I think for people that have been thinking that, Darby is maybe too small to become a world champion, this, that, and the other. Like, I think he really threw his name into the hat in that segment that, he could be that guy. And everyone really likes him. He already putting his body on the line week in, week out whenever he has a match. Like, this was the only part of his repertoire that you could probably question, again, because we don't see him do it often. And he showed the guy can cut a promo and all of that stuff. Like, so yeah, the segment is good. I'm looking forward to the match if we get it.
Yeah, of course.
You know what's interesting about that segment? that all these guys that have been cutting promos that we don't see cut promos often, they've all mashed in work in the ring. The only guy that's not really putting enough work in the ring is MJF, and he just happens to be the world champion. It's like they need to switch roles a little bit.
I don't think they need to switch per se. It's just his persona, though. He doesn't need to switch roles. Like, them man have to kind of wrestle. Like, MJF is always kind of keeping himself like almost that kind of pristine. I'm just gonna chat shit and everything like that. Blah blah blah. When I need to wrestle because TK draws me out to wrestle or defend my title, fine, I'll wrestle. But in between that, you'll know, like, you're not, seeing me often, sort of thing. Like. You could probably count since the inception of AEW. It could even be on your two hands the amount of matches MJF has had. Like maybe it's less than 20 for sure. They can't. I would be shocked if he's had more than 20 televised matches. I don't know, but
yeah, like MJF, like I remember in the press conference, he was like, in the our post revolution press conference, he's like, I'm not gonna wrestle every week. I'm not a fucking mark. And then he said, I'm not gonna wrestle every week. I'm not a mark. But you man that say I can't wrestle, I hope that debate's over. Never say that again. And it's like, bruv, like, yeah, like no one can, like, the thing is for MJF, I feel like the Danielson match and then the press conference was like, yeah, no one can really have chat for him at this point. Like, yeah, of course, like, we'd love to see him wrestle more, but that's because he's good at it. But at the end of the day, like, all this conversation of like, oh, he's a promo guy, it's dead. And the thing is, what I like about this feud, and I hope it continues, is that, yeah, like, put a spotlight on the other guys now. Put the spotlight on the Sammy Guevaras, the Jungle Boys, the Darbys, and I'm excited for where this feud goes in it. Obviously, I don't want it to go under the same formula of, oh, I'm gonna put roadblocks in front of you, or even just find creative ways to put roadblocks in front of them. It don't have to be exhibition match every week, but yeah, I don't know. This feud right now has the potential of doing something very different and interesting, and these are all guys that have been away from the title. I think every one of these guys have competed for the title at least once. I know Darby had a match with Chris Jericho very early in AEW.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy had a match with Kenny, and I think Sammy had a match with Moxley, but I'm not sure. But not this recent Moxley run, but like Moxley's first run. So I think that these are all guys that have been in the title picture. But yeah, man, great segment, great opening segment.
Yeah, I properly enjoyed it.
I have a question. Has there ever been a fatal four-way where there's like been a rivalry with four guys? Like a prominent rivalry with four guys facing each other.
Stone Cold. Actually, I don't know if there was a rivalry there, but I can't think to stuff if you can go further.
Did you ever say that Armageddon, maybe Hell in a Cell back in the day?
Everyone was beefing then. Yeah, everyone was beefing. That
was the SummerSlam when it was Braun, Samoa Joe, Roman, and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
So I just checked quickly. I was bugging. MJF has had about 50 matches since AEW, which is still, if you think about it, in 3 years, 50 matches isn't a lot. Like, however,
50 or 15?
50. About 50 matches. But I'm just looking through these matches. I would say probably about 10 to 15 of these matches have been battle royals, casino, diamond ring stuff, or like big 5-man tags. And, there was obviously blood and guts in there. There's like stadium stampede in there and stuff like that. And the distance between each of the rest of these singles matches are a lot.
Months.
Yeah. So, yeah. He's doing bits, man. He's doing good. It's going to be interesting to see how, with 4 people involved in terms of this particular title picture, it gives them a lot of time to kind of do a good build where it's not going to be one man going up against the same man over and over again every single week. There's a lot of characters and a lot of moving parts in this, which should be good.
Yeah, for sure,
to watch and make good TV. So yeah.
And also because of 4-way, it's like some of the build doesn't have to involve MJF, can be like them scrapping each other, because obviously like Darby and Sammy have history. All of these guys have history with each other, even within AEW, innit? So it's like there's a lot of like history you could pull from with just Darby, Sammy, and Jungle Boy as a trio, and then obviously MJF being the thing that glues it all together.
They can scrap each other trying to prove number 1 contendership, because obviously right now a 4-way hasn't been announced. So they could just scrap each other to try to say, "Oh, I'm the one that's gonna go on MJF or whatever."
Yeah, for sure.
So there's a lot of time. There's a lot of good stuff they could do.
I've got a question. Yeah, cool. Forbidden Door is pretty much their next pay-per-view, right?
No, Double or Nothing.
Okay, Double or Nothing. After the Double or Nothing, we got Forbidden Door.
Should be Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
So are we seeing the MJF versus the champ? Who's the champion at New Japan right now? Okada. So are we getting MJF versus Okada then?
No, because remember Forbidden Door. Remember the first Forbidden Door, it wasn't champ versus champ. There were two separate matches. When Moxie had
it was. It
was two separate matches.
Moxley and Tanahashi and the Fatal 4-Way. Yeah. Cool. All right, cool. What was we saying about the was there anything else about MJF? Before I cut you off?
No, I think we can move on.
Cool. After that segment, I can't remember what happened. Someone refresh me.
I think it was Blackpool Combat Club versus Hangman Page. Basically,
Dark Order.
Yeah, that match was a good match, man. Hey, big up Stu Grayson, fam. I missed that guy, fam. Stu Grayson was cold in that match.
He's all late again.
Yeah. I could tell, fam. Like he was. I could tell in that match he was fighting for his contract back, man.
He was fired up.
He was fired up, but yeah, I like the match. The match was cold, and obviously Blackpool Combat Club are heels now.
Which they should have been from the beginning.
I mean, they tried to be, but like the people are just too loved amongst them.
No, but you know, it's called William Regal. Because William Regal's involved. The people love William Regal.
You can't boo William Regal in it, but I feel like now that Regal's gone, it's like they need a fresh coat of paint. And yeah, that match was crazy, man. That match was.
But still, sorry, I need to moan about Blackpool Combat Club.
Go on.
Particularly Cesaro. Like, this guy is not a mean guy. Like, he's not believable. Like, even I think there was something they did in that match. Maybe it was towards the finish where they won. And I don't know if you guys remember. He kind of like backed up the referee and got in the referee's way. He was literally doing this in front of the referee, so the referee couldn't see past him. Like, bro, come on, like push him, lay hands on it, really distract him or something. Like, without obviously getting in trouble. Like, I just don't find it very, very believable with them. Like, even when they won, they obviously go back through the crowd. I think on this occasion, Utah's just ignoring everyone. Like, people. I'm kind of funny with Utah anyway, but obviously Utah gets the job done in the ring. Moxley, people cheering him, but Moxley's just there walking through the crowd, flipping people off and all that kind of stuff. And Cesaro just looks like a nice, tall, handsome guy just walking. Like, you don't look mean, bro. Like, it's a hard sell for me. Like, I don't know. Like, it's he for me, he tainted the BCC.
Yeah,
he tainted.
I agree.
Like, of course, he wrestles well. He's got the strong style.
I don't think he was BCC material.
He's not BCC material. He's not in the fabric.
I feel like,
and what's mad? Bryan Danielson looks like he can be evil.
Oh yeah. Danielson's very evil there.
Willie Utah can slightly be evil. Maybe because I've seen these guys bleed. I don't know what it is. Is it a blood thing?
Yes, I think
that's part of it. That is part of it.
I think it is. I think it is. Do you know why? Because the thing is, the only reason why we see Wheeler Yuta as believable is because of the matches we have with Moxley. It's like, okay, this guy can hold his own in it. Yeah. But with Cesaro, he just came in at Forbidden Door, just doing
it was an easy entry,
swingy, sharpshooter. I'm smiling, Swiss Superman, like.
Yes, especially when they said the barrier to entry is that we must bleed together.
He didn't even qualify. He didn't have to qualify.
What day is it? He hasn't qualified.
He didn't qualify. He didn't qualify. He just walked in.
Yeah, he just got in because he's my boy from way back. We don't know you in AEW, fam. Yeah. All of this backdoor indie nonsense. Yeah,
I can't lie. He has to check in like they till Clavish. Have you seen that video?
Check in, bro.
You have to check in. You have to check in. He has to go to the hill of Ireland.
Because it's true, like the recruitment process wasn't there, fam. Like William Regal obviously knew Danielson and Moxley from there. You know, we saw the Wheeler Yuta recruitment. We even saw the Daniel Garcia recruitment, which I think is a mistake that he's still in jail.
Can we talk? Hey, can we talk about that, please? Because that was going so well. Bro, Daniel Garcia suit was getting.
He should have been in Blackpool Combat Club, fam. Like Daniel Garcia and Jericho. But what's he doing, fam? Wearing red jeans, fam.
The height of Daniel Garcia in JAS, like for me, it peaked when the whole thing, when they were trying to tell him, you're a sports entertainer, you're not a pro wrestler, blah blah blah. And when he did that, the funny bit of, well, if Jericho, if you're a sports entertainer, then I am too. And he smiled at the camera and everything. Like that was the best bit of it. After that, he should have made that transition into becoming BCC. Like Cesaro obviously was brought in because I think it was an injury somewhere along the line.
Yeah, Danielson was injured at Forbidden Door and they needed a quick replacement match.
Yeah. Look, it should have been for tonight. The honorary member is Claudio Castagnoli, and then he still goes off to do whatever. The mistake was giving him the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory golden ticket into BCC without making him actually go.
He didn't even pay for it. He didn't even pay for the chocolate.
Bro, if I was Utah, I'll be here knocking at these Orgaz doors and be like, sorry, you made me bleed. How many times? You flogged me in vignette when no one even had to see it.
Yeah.
You flogged me backstage in vignette. You flogged me in the ring. Like, bro, this guy has to bleed as well. Like,
for sure. Like, I wanted Claudio to pour it, fam.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, and Moxley should have made him pour it as well. Moxley should have banged him as well. That one I would pay. Like not bang, but give him a tough match. I want to see the blood. You see the blood.
Oh, you want to see some blood?
No, deep it. Look, how can you have a blood and guts match, but Claudio's not the person to bleed?
Oh,
bleed once. Everyone in that match, even 2.0, even 2.0, Magic Mike,
they were covered.
2.0 was pouring it.
Everyone was bleeding.
Covered. They were bolognese sauce upon their face. So Claudio's Cesaro was Claudio Castagnoli, bro. This guy, bro. This guy said, "Me, not me, mate."
No. You see how Moxie? I think Moxie has a clause in his contract. Every time he bleeds, he gets paid more. I feel like Claudio Castagnoli has a no bleed clause in his contract. I'm not gonna bleed. Bro. I'm not gonna bleed right now.
He's a clean wrestler, bro.
Clean.
He's Otto Aurora. I've never seen Otto Aurora bleed, you know.
You see in the first blood match, Claudio was undefeated. You can't defeat him.
I've never seen this guy bleed, you know.
I've never seen him bleed. Even there was one match I saw, I don't know if I was just highlighting it. So it was like a Ring of Honor versus CZW. It was like a super card or something, whatever. Years ago, and it was like a cage. And Claudio Castagnoli was one of the second people to enter the ring. And then he was wearing red tights. Bro, I swear to you, and that whole highlight thing, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you guys watched the match. Whoever's watched the match, let me know if he doesn't bleed eventually. There was no blood on his face. But everyone else was going through tables that had blood in it. Even Homicide was there. He was fucked up. Claudio Castagnoli had nothing. Bro, I don't think he bleeds, bro.
No, you don't, man.
I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're gonna have to do, especially now that there's a heel turn with BCC. They're gonna have to do something. Well, I don't know if they will.
They're gonna have to make me hate him more.
Yeah, they have to do something to
I don't know what it is
as a real bad guy. Like I don't know what it is, but something has to happen.
I've got a solution.
Go on,
kick him out. Kick him out.
Keep
Randy Orton here. Kick him out.
Keep him because
I think
because if you had Daniel Garcia, I would have given this guy his papers and sent him back to ROH. But since BC, Danielson he's doing his own thing. So you need that kind of like
he's going New Japan. He's going New Japan, by the way.
Who?
He'll go.
Danielson. That vignette that you saw on that New Japan show, or whatever it was programmed, that's a flipping. That's a dragon at the end.
I don't.
No. Let me break it down for you. I'm doing Bray Wyatt. I'm doing Bray Wyatt calculations. Hear me out, please. Hear me out. So cool. In that vignette, you saw a world. You saw a globe. Yeah. Just hear me out, please. Hear me out. You saw a globe. Brian Danielson's Twitter DP is a globe. Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. The shots you're seeing of the people in the city, whatever, that's America. Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. At the end, we saw the eye of a what? A dragon. And those fire around. American dragon.
I don't know, bro.
Bro,
That's
honestly.
American dragon, not Japanese dragon, bro.
No, honestly, it's American dragon, bro. Honestly, but I don't know. Let's see. I think it's
not on some like.
When's the G1?
G1 is in that August, bro.
Yeah, it's not close.
That's not close.
What's next? What's next up? The Sakura show.
Sakura Genesis.
And what's after that?
Dominion.
Dominion. Then obviously Dominion and Forbidden Door.
Okay, cool. If I'm jumping, I'll never speak about New Japan Returns ever again in my life. If I get this right,
I don't know, bro. That vignette came in the middle of the show during like some filler matches, fam. You don't advertise Danielson like that.
Sure, you put that in the main.
Yeah, but obviously, I think should we skip to the next match or the next segment? Because I feel like obviously the ending of this match ties in towards like the final segment of AEW Dynamite. But I feel like
let's talk about that final segment.
Real quick before we jump to that. Just before we jump to that, we got to talk about this QTV thing. I'm not feeling how they got Hobbs there. It's not a vibe. It's not a vibe. Hobbs looked like he didn't even want to be in the segment, bro. It's not a vibe.
I was saying last week, I generally think QTV, it could be good. Like, I found some comedic value in what they were doing. Obviously, they're here mocking TMZ. Effectively, that's what they're doing, isn't it? TMZ TV. It used to be a thing. Like, why Will Hobbs is there? That's the issue. Like, I think QTV can exist without Will Hobbs. Like, exactly. I don't know. He doesn't necessarily add anything to them. Having QT next to Will Hobbs definitely doesn't add anything, like, for the mystique or anything around Will Hobbs. He's already got this thing of the Book of Hobbs. The Book of Hobbs should maybe be almost like the gospel that's telling him, this is my next opponent. This is how I'm going to X man off or whatever the case is. Like, yeah, you're putting him into what's almost like a comedic angle, but that's not his character.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a bit funny.
I just think the easiest way they could have done it, like the QTV was launched because what they did to Wardlow. They went into his car, they took the stuff, and then that's launched QTV, and that's him paying off his debt to Hobbs, and then Hobbs now goes off to do his Book of Hobbs and beats up people and does open challenges. Done.
Yeah,
we achieved the same thing without having Hobbs in the actual
QTV.
faction.
Yeah, 100.
Bro, Hobbs is above this. Like these men are doing TMZ laughing in the background. Like I thought, like stealing people's championships. I thought this is not. Is this what the Book of Hobbs was doing? Is this what the Book of Hobbs was leading up to? Oh, rubbish! Take this nonsense off my TV, fam.
Do you know what it is? When they first announced the QTV thing, we saw in the corner for a couple of weeks. I was like, okay, cool. I was intrigued. Maybe I thought it was something that TNT were promoting or something. For us to find out that it was QT Marshall's thing, cool, fine. I enjoyed that. So I'm sleeping, bro.
No, he's awake still.
I was like, oh, cool. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was fine. Then obviously we saw the segment. I like the way it was shot. It was sick because it reminded me of me watching TMZ thing. If it was a thing, yeah, where they had different people appear on TMZ every week. For example, MJF he's out of the equation. For example, say if they had someone like Evil Uno.
So it's effectively like a chat show segment.
A chat show segment, yeah, but it's filmed like away from how they filmed it there. Or Evil Uno. Oh, you say you didn't like Moxie this week. What's going on here? But they're feeding words into things' mouth and they're basically stirring the pot and a lot of
creating gossip. Yeah,
creating gossip. That would bang. But if it's a thing where, like you said, Hobbs is tied to this thing, then remove it all. Remove it because we don't need it. We don't need it. Remove it. If it's QTV and QTV is meant to be TMZ, spoil the whole thing. Go the whole way there, bro. Even one thing, even get JR on there and try and stir beef with JR, bro. Or even, do you get what I mean? Just have people on there that you're just stirring it.
Like, own entity, it could probably run and be quite entertaining. It just doesn't Hobbs.
Like, do you remember when Britt Baker? I mean, it didn't.
Britt Baker Bob, the dentist thing.
Yeah, the dentist thing. Yeah. In the pandemic, like, have it like just like a little cool like segment. Yeah, like the idea you proposed.
Even that caused beef. Apparently, beef between what's her name again? Jade Cargill and what's the woman's name again?
Red Velvet.
Red Velvet. Jade Cargill slapped her too hard, and she didn't like that, so they complained to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I think that storyline was for TV, fam. That storyline was for
no, I can't like that slap here, bro. That slap looked dangerous. Bro.
It looked like
that slap looked like it. Look at your face starts going like this after.
I beg you, yeah. If she takes DDTs for a living, she'll be alright.
Yeah, it should be fine. You're right.
She'll be fine.
You're right.
Yeah,
should we jump straight to this triple threat tag team match?
Yeah, the trios thing.
I didn't get there. Whenever I tried to get there, my son tried to watch flipping Bluey. This Bluey thing's taking over my whole house, man. Have your son started watching it, Max?
Well, he's gone past Bluey. So.
Bro, Bluey, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that match was flipping sick. Guys, you want to talk to me about it, man?
Yeah, man, it was Toronto. It was Canadian heritage, man. Like Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega came across like kings in it, because obviously it was in Winnipeg where they're both from in it. Yeah. And like whenever Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho would step into the ring, the crowd was going crazy. Like the match itself, like it was like, I wouldn't say like you don't compare it to like the match at Revolution, but it was a solid like main event for like a TV show. Like it was a very fun match in it. House of Black looked cold. I'm happy that they're the Trios Championships, and it looks like we might be seeing a JAS versus House of Black thing going on. Just basically based on what the ending of the match. But yeah, Max, on the thoughts on the match, innit?
Yeah, the match was good. I guess it's the angle afterwards that everyone was talking about with obviously. So the BCC and Dark Order were still fighting backstage from their match earlier on in the night. Uno had obviously been taken out and taken to hospital, I think it was. And then one by one, we started seeing the rest of the Dark Order guys get picked off by BCC until it left Hangman in the ring, where they fought from backstage to the ring. Hangman was left in the ring, and then he was facing Moxley, who was on the apron. And then as he looked like he was kind of getting cornered, the Elite slid into the ring, Omega and the Bucks, and he stood behind Hangman. And ultimately, the story being told is Hangman had no idea. So they've come to basically back him, and then Moxley and the rest of BCC have backed off. But Hangman had no idea that the Elite basically took his side, took his back, because he never turned around. And then they cut the show, they put the sticker. Excalibur just spat out a whole load of words. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for watching Dynamite. We'll see you next week. And then they went offline. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they picked up from here. But getting Hangman kind of back into the Elite storyline or whatever they're going to do is going to be something. And this is what we've been saying, like the minute you're gonna move the Elite maybe a bit out of the Trios division and just spread their star power around that roster, like things are gonna happen, and we saw this already. So
listen, premier storytelling is coming back. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the Elite saga is I was preaching about this saga, and I'm so happy it's returned, because it was my favorite part of AEW. Like whether it was Kenny and Hangman together, whether it was Hangman versus Kenny, whether it's the Bucks and Hangman in the backstage segments. Listen, the Elite saga is back, and I can't lie. If we get like a blood and guts match between a Blackpool Combat Club versus like the Elite, but with Hangman in, the storyline could go many different ways. But I don't know if you guys saw this, but so after like Dynamite had ended, like some fans filmed what happened next. Hangman did turn around and saw like the Elite, but the first person to leave the ring was Kenny.
Kenny, yeah, I saw that.
Kenny left the ring immediately. Kenny left the ring immediately, and then the Bucks like stayed, and they just looked at Hangman. I was like we're cool, but like our boy's not back in it basically. So like we'll see what's going on in it. Listen, I can't wait to see where this storyline goes. Yeah, man, this is gonna be it's gonna be a slow burn, but it's gonna be something good. And also, we're gonna get more of Kenny in singles action coming soon as well. So not just with obviously the Vikingo matches today, we'll talk about that as well. But obviously, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Jeff Cobb in New Japan basically said, he's basically doing this thing on a weekly basis where it's like, oh, Kenny, that you're not defending your title, I'm coming for you. And then he said in the New Japan Cup, Kenny, I'll see you in what city did he say? He basically said the city that Dynamite's going to be in
St. Louis.
St. Louis. He's like, Kenny, I'm gonna see you in St. Louis. So obviously St. Louis is the city that Dynamite's going to be in next week. So we could be getting Jeff Cobb versus Kenny Omega like very soon. Yeah, but maybe next week. Yeah,
guys, this is what I wanted: singles competition for Kenny Omega. Thank God. Like, I feel like so. Max, what are you gonna say first?
No, 100% is what we signed up for. I'm just trying to think. Isn't Raw from St. Louis next week as well?
Wait, next week?
St. Louis on Monday, like literally on Monday.
Wouldn't that be in LA? Wouldn't it be in LA?
No, I don't think they're.
Because they're going to be LA on SmackDown and on Raw. So
later in the week. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I mean, it's just it might be a happy coincidence. It might be, something else. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a bit. It's coincidence, isn't it, that AEW and Raw. I'm pretty sure Raw's in St. Louis next week.
Raw was in St. Louis on Monday. Literally this month, 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's going to be the next Raw. Will be. I'm sure they've done LA. I'm sure they're going to do LA. I'm sure, but
I thought it was SmackDown LA and then WrestleMania LA, then the SmackDown the Raw after Mania would be in LA as well.
So they are planning to do. Just checking it now. So that's what the 27th. What the 20? What's
27th is next Monday.
27th next Monday. So they're doing it in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. Then they're going to be in LA for SmackDown. Then they're going to be in
Mania, and then Raw after Mania.
The Raw after Mania is in LA Crypto Arena.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, after next to the guy in Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it feels good to see Kenny back in singles action, and the thing is, I like the trios run. The trio run was cold. I feel like it served its purpose in terms of just like probably getting Kenny back into shape, back into like rusting off that ring rust because he was gone for like over a year. And I think it did its job in terms of establishing the trios division as well, innit? In terms of like, okay, cool, House of Black be a prominent name. Let's see where House of Black go with this. But yeah, man, the money is with Young Bucks as the tag team and Omega in the singles. And yeah, man, we got Banga Badizio in a few hours.
It's Banga Badizio season. Like literally between Revolution all the way down to All Out. Like this concentration of this side of the year, like it's just gonna be week after week, what do you call them, imports coming in and everything like that. Like and Vikingo, like I think you were saying, Lloyd, like he very much might sign because he's got his visa. That's the first thing that happened. Maybe I think top of a year now, he got his visa to come to America. He's been in America. He's been on Impact. He's been doing Warrior Wrestling. So, and the Bucks have been almost courting him for a while when he was still in Mexico. So don't be surprised if it's a situation of following this match, they announce he's actually a signed talent.
Yeah. What do you think about the whole discourse surrounding, there's no story to this match, AEW should have promoted this match better? Like, do you feel like...
We saying that?
But, there's a whole figure. Basically, on Twitter, people... Obviously, Tony Khan made the announcement on Twitter that, this match, it's happening, it's a dream match. And then there are people online saying, if I don't pay attention to Twitter, if I only watch the Dynamite, how am I knowing this match is happening? There's no storyline to this match.
Like, we've seen this Discord before. We've seen it. It happens all the time. Now, does this match need a story? No, it doesn't need a story. Would it be nice if we had some introduction to the wrestler? For those that don't know, yes.
No, you know why? Because Vikingo is a surprise. When Del told me to watch Vikingo, I was like, "Oh my days!"
No, I hear that. I hear that he could be, he will be a surprise element. Even still, like he's gonna pull up some mad stuff. This is a big audition for him. You see what I mean? Like on mainstream TV. So yeah, it's gonna be a banger. But I mean, just kind of knowing what's gonna happen, knowing who this person is, there's no harm in that. I don't think. And they done that. They gave that to us. I think it was on Rampage.
Yeah,
and
they gave us like
probably the issue. That's probably the issue because a lot of people don't watch Rampage, so they hear talking about something they don't know that's actually happened. And that little package that they gave us for I mean, I knew who Vikingo was before, but I think that's more than enough because you've got over the guy. You've basically said his accolades, what he's won, where he's been, blah blah blah, and why this match is happening because they tried to have this match 2 years ago. Kenny weren't right at the time. Now he's right. We're having this match. Like I think that's all it ever needs to be. Like. Yeah.
At the end of the day, how does he need a story? Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like sometimes, like, of course, like if you're building for your world title, but sometimes these wrestlers are wrestlers. It's like they have to wrestle on a weekly basis. Like you get a match on the card between two people, they're gonna wrestle. Like sometimes it's just that simple. And I feel like the spectacle, like Vikingo, he's gonna show out, man. I'm excited, man.
Is it main event?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question in regards to this wrestler. Are there any matches you would recommend we watch just to get like a quick introduction of him?
Can I say
This is your introduction.
This is your introduction. Plus, if you want to see what Vikingo's about, go on YouTube right now and type in Vikingo and see what he does in the ring. But even better, go on Twitter. Twitter is even better. Go on Twitter and type in Vikingo and see what this guy does in the ring. He basically treats the ring, as like his jump. What's it called again? Do you know Oxygen in O2? Jumping jacks, trampolines. He treats the ring like it's a trampoline.
I would say, Laps. He's like Ricochet on steroids.
On drugs, yeah.
He's ridiculous. Like,
so this guy floats them. He
does ridiculous stuff. He does ridiculous stuff. But I feel like this match is like for somebody like Laps as well, for a lot of people, like this is the match. I'm sure a lot of people have heard Vikingo, but haven't necessarily like had the time to. Even me, I've never watched the Vikingo match in full. I've just seen clips of him here and there. So like this match against Kenny Omega on this platform is like my introduction to him fully. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like for a lot of people, this is what AEW is about, like bringing people that the public might not have seen fully or might have just heard things about. And I feel like this might, like Mick said, this match is his audition to the mainstream audience. Like, cool, we've heard about you on Twitter. You know, some man, I've heard some people on Twitter say he's a gift wrestler and whatever. This is your time to prove people wrong. You know what I'm saying? So,
if you call someone a gift wrestler,
it's Twitter, man. These men are not speak on the internet community, fam.
It's silly. The niche of being a gift wrestler, like just because you are like a highlight reel, it doesn't make you like a bad wrestler. Like speak on it like it's a bad thing. You see what I mean? Like it's dumb. But I just will say with this with the Vikingo thing, at the same time, it brought out a lot of immaturity. I know. I feel like like AEW fans are obviously protecting their product, so to speak, and they're saying like, why does it need a story? Why does it need a match? Blah blah blah. But then, guys, like we have to grow up. Going back to then say the WWE, oh, Cody Rhodes is fighting Ludwig Kaiser. What's the story?
Nah, that shit.
Just grow up. I
can't lie. It's tit for tat, but it's funny.
I don't know if it's me, and maybe I don't know. Like the tit for tat is just so unnecessary, bro. Like,
yeah, man. Like, on both sides of the board, it's just there's some nasty people, fam. Nasty wrestling. Outside, fam. Touch grass, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Literally touch grass.
That's jokes, man. Before we lock off though, quick question, Fightful announced that Goldberg has officially done with WWE. Is Goldberg done with wrestling, or can we see Goldberg, work other shows, or
he's
not. I said it's time to go.
It's time to go.
But it's Goldberg's not a bad wrestler though.
For what he does.
For what he does, he's not bad, fam. So I wouldn't mind seeing Goldberg like, guys, put your guns in your pocket, please. Don't shoot. One appearance in AEW, just one.
I think Goldberg's not ready to stop, because even before we heard this Fightful news, Goldberg was here saying out in the press that he wants that WWE owe him a retirement match. So that don't sound like someone that's ready to quit. That sounds like someone that's, if Tony Khan came knocking, and Tony Khan has already acknowledged this week that Goldberg would be a fantastic signing, this, that, or the other, whatever he said, like he would probably think, well, WWE don't want to use me. I'm not ready to finish. I'll go and work for Tony Khan because the money will be right, and I can do a little program here or there, put someone over. Like I'm personally not against it, because AEW have built up a lot of faith with me of how they use these elder statesmen, these legends and stuff like that. It's every time I see a legend come in AEW, like I'm just like, like before I was just like, I don't want to see this. Like I saw Sting come in, I thought beyond the entrance and the snow and the great music, I said, yeah, that's cool. I don't need to see Sting no more. And then there's been other people, and Jeff Jarrett was the recent one where I just held my hands up and seen the current run that Jeff Jarrett's on. I'll be like, bruv, I'm here for it, because they know what to do. They know how they're using them in it. Like, it's not an overexposure thing. It's not give them the titles and all this kind of stuff. So if with that faith I've got with them now, I'm happy to see Goldberg. If he wants to roll out Goldberg and let Wardlow snuff him, then cool.
No, I can't lie. I need to see, bro. I need to see Wardlow get snuffed by Goldberg, fam.
Allow Wardlow. You need something.
I can't lie. No.
Fire for that. Fire.
No. Honestly, do my thing. I need to see Goldberg. Yeah, give him man a jackhammer. Done. Let's finish it off, man. I'm playing. But then again, if you want to do something, make Goldberg come in as a thing where it's like, this is gonna sound stupid, but cool. You're going through shit, Wardlow. Let me help you out.
Like a mentor.
And a mental talk thing, fam.
Goldberg.
He's basically trying to be like Goldberg, bro. He's basically trying to be like Goldberg. Yes, we're honest here. Was trying to be like Goldberg.
Packaging is like Goldberg, but he says he's trying to be like Batista.
Batista where?
Yeah.
That's what
Batista storyline, but yeah, this guy's trying to be like Goldberg. From when, come on, man.
Goldberg needs to go home, man. I'm tired.
You reckon?
I don't need him. Like, I don't need, like, he's like the thing is, it's like, yeah, it'll be nice, it'll be cool, but like, you WWE, he's done his thing. It's like, brother, like, I don't, he doesn't add anything more to the product for me. It's like, I'm not gonna truly, like, I don't know. I don't want to see, because I don't think Goldberg's the type of person where he could be like a mentor figure to someone. Goldberg is like, he's Goldberg, and he's gonna come out, he's gonna do the entrance, he's gonna spray people. I don't care for Goldberg. It's time. Hey, my light even cut off. See, but it's time for him to go home and retire. And he's had a career Hall of Fame. Go home. It's not every legend needs a resurgence. Sting, the only reason why I hear Sting is because Sting in WWE didn't get his run. And when I mean didn't get his run, he got injured. So like he never got like a final like send off with the modern day crowd. Goldberg, we've seen him spliff Brock Lesnar, this match here, Bobby, we've seen Goldberg for years now, you know. When did he debut? What, 2015, 16?
As in WWE?
Yeah, re-debut again.
Re-debut, yeah. Or something like that.
Bruv, it's been time. We've seen Goldberg a lot. Go home.
Sure.
Go home.
Okay, so maybe this is a question for like the likes of Knowledge or something, big up Knowledge, but maybe it's like a money thing. Like, I don't think he's gonna come and be doing like crazy numbers and stuff, but like if they're gonna do like a next pay-per-view or something like that, and he's available, like more pay-per-view buys or something, like I'm pretty sure somewhere along the line in this modern day WWE run, he was, I don't know, drawing to some extent. I don't know, but at least Tony Khan might be thinking about it on that level. Like, this is someone that kind of made their name on TNT. To bring him back there is a level of story that they can kind of tap into. You see what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Sorry, so I've kind of missed this. Are we talking about Goldberg being in AEW?
Yeah,
Goldberg,
free agent now, isn't it?
I'm not trying to see it. No, I'm not trying to see it.
Yeah, it's time to go.
I don't know, man.
He's had a career resurgence in WWE. He's had his moments. He's made the Saudis happy. It's time to just chill.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I can never tell man to chill, bro.
He's not done.
I once told David Beckham to chill. Look what he did. Look what he went to go do. Look what he went to go do. Yeah. Actually, wait. Did he? Wait. Yeah. Actually, when he left LA Galaxy, he went to Milan.
Yeah.
Oh, he done all right, man. So I don't know, man.
Home time. He's old. Home time.
Oranges, bro. I'm not trying to see him.
Home time.
I just don't like I said, he was asking WWE for a retirement match, and they obviously just released him anyway. So that doesn't sound like to me that a man that is ready to hang up his boots. So if the conversation was opened, maybe by TK, then maybe
okay. Let's entertain the not. Who retires him then? Because obviously you got to lose your retirement match.
Wardlow. They need to give that guy something. Right now, for me, Wardlow is like watching a calendar, watching his contract tick down, and will go and try his time in WWE. Like
I'm so
I
sorry.
don't
If
know.
Wardlow beats him, I won't believe it.
Yeah.
That's saying something though in itself, isn't it?
The thing is, is it has to be Wardlow or somebody because I don't want him near any of the top guys on the card. For what reason?
Do you know
How
what
am
it
I
is?
justifying
Yo, just
the
give it to
Goldberg
Vince. I don't
versus?
know, man.
If he
Yeah,
were
yeah.
to go back, if Goldberg to go back to WWE, then I would love to see him against Big E. That's Big E's dream match. Big E would love
Yeah,
to have a
that's
match
sick.
with
That's
what do you call
sick.
it, with Goldberg in it. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I don't
But
see-
in AW, I can't see him wrestling anyone
That's way
in
better
AW.
than Wardlow versus Goldberg. I'm sorry.
No, Biggie versus Goldberg is cold. Like,
That's better
Goldberg
than
versus
Wardlow.
somebody in AW.
It
No.
might be cold, but like I'm past now him in WWE. Like,
Mm.
yeah. For me, like if you're gonna bring him to AEW, like it's not like they have to bring him in for me. I don't think so at all. But if they're gonna bring him in, like it's like NK said, it's a select few that he should work with. The bigger guys, like let the bigger guys, like there's a lot of these kind of the smaller today's wrestler with the technical skill and the high flying and all that kind of stuff. Bring in like a marquee guy for these kind of bigger guys. Maybe he can have Wardlow. Maybe he can pull Miro out of whatever cupboard Miro's hiding in. You know, Will Hobbs is there as well. Maybe they can bring Brian Cage from Ring of Honor so he can have got a win basically.
Yeah, he should squash Brian Cage.
Yeah, like there's a couple guys, maybe even Satnam Singh. That's like I don't know, innit? Like I feel there's a couple things there he can do, and I'm not talking about no long ass. He don't need like a main kind of contract like the rest of these Sting and Jeff Jarrett's. Maybe just a little program here or there. Like Wardlow's needs a match for a pay-per-view. Goldberg's music hits. 2 weeks of promos, we get there. Like I don't know, but.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. Few and far between, man.
Let's see. But yeah, man, let's call it here, man. The next time you guys will be hearing from us, we'll be in LA. We'll be giving you predictions. We're thinking to go live. So yeah, if you can catch us at the time, we'll catch us. We'll be recording at 1 p.m, right? Or 11 a.m.
Sometime around midday.
Midday, yeah. So you'll be catching us on the live. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And yeah, bro, it's gonna on the road to WrestleMania, man. We're nearly there. Yeah. Any announcements, guys?
Hold on. I just saw. I don't know if this is true or not. Bear me. It's Yahoo News. Kaito Kiyomiya will accompany KG Muto to Los Angeles for Muto's induction.
Yeah, I saw that. Dope. Someone put that in the Discord.
Is he going to be the is he inducting him?
No, but I think
Ric Flair is.
Ric Flair is.
Oh, Flair's inducting Muto. That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow, brilliant.
That's
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Who's the other Donny that they announced? I don't know if he's an actor or something like that.
Oh, he was he's a comedian, but he wrestled years ago. He was once a comedian. He was a comedian, but he wrestled.
Okay.
But I saw him in a documentary.
Was that in the night?
Nah, this is early. This is further back. Let me try and find him again. I saw it in Dark Side of the Ring. Let me find.
I didn't recognize the name.
He was. Let me try and see if I can find the guy's name. Yeah, Andy Kaufman. He used to be he was a comedian and he wrestled or did something. Yeah, he's a professional wrestler for a bit. He was in WWF. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all I just know is that in it. I think he had an angle of no, I don't know. Yeah, let me not give any things, but any wrong information. But yeah, Andy Kaufman was he wrestled.
The only other thing I saw today and quickly was that Alexa Bliss was cleared of skin cancer.
Skin cancer? I didn't even know that.
Oh, congrats!
Obviously, she's been off TV
to her,
for a long time, maybe since about December. She's been off TV or January, maybe. Yeah, and obviously no one knows what she's been dealing with, or if there's an injury, or they just weren't booking her. But yeah, it came out today. She's been cleared of skin cancer. So
nah, man, I'm happy she's had a good recovery, man.
Yeah, big up to her, man.
Big up to her, man.
That would have been tragic if there's anything else, boy.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
But yeah. guys, they're still on the join on the Discord on the look at me, I can't get my words out on the membership. The interview we had with Connor Mills. So if you're a member, you can check that out as well. Things
Is that going live Friday?
As into the public.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that's there as well. So yeah.
Man. Yeah, see you guys in LA, man. Let us know what you want to see. Actually, we're gonna just give you everything. We're gonna be vlogging every day, so you guys will be seeing all the updates from everything every single day. The WrestleMania matches that should have happened should be going live as well. I hope you guys can watch that before Mania. And yeah, man, stay tuned. There's a lot of 2K content coming, as well as this new show coming as well. So look out for that. And make sure you guys get your memberships as well for exclusive content, whatever. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one. What does Del normally say? What's episode? What's it? I always forget.
164.
It's episode 164.
This is Rest Things, the coolest podcast in the world. Tell your uncle, tell your girlfriend, tell your father, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your older brother,
Tell your grandma.
your other older brother, tell your other older brother, tell your cousin, tell your uncle, tell your side thing, tell your big thing. You get me? By the Mandem, for the Mandem. Sorry, I'm late. Bow.
What's up, people? WRESTHINGS Mandem here, letting you guys know we now have YouTube channel membership live on the channel. Any video you click on the main profile, you will see a join button. So make sure you join, sign up. There are 2 different tiers, and there's all kinds of different perks all over these tiers. Yeah. Again, WRESTHINGS now has channel membership. Sign up and support the Mandem.
You just got to the end of the podcast, and if you've enjoyed what you've listened to, enjoyed what you watched, enjoyed the vibes, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bow.